Welcome to Conversation with Senna. Appreciate you watching and coming back to the channel. Today, we're going to continue talking about the fabulous journey to Vietnam and the cities we're covering. It's Danang and Hoi An. Our accommodation in Hoi An was the Bell Marina Hotel, and it was strategically located to be close to Da Nang as well and to the old town in Hoi An. Yeah, I found the vibrant atmosphere of Vietnam to be exceptionally engaging, and exploring various cities proved to us it's very rewarding experience. So let's talk about Da Nang first. Da Nang is known for white sand beaches such as Mikey Beach, also Bana Hills, the Golden Bridge, Dragon Bridge, and Marble Mountains are very popular attraction. As with each city that you go to, you kind of pick and choose depending on your time, what you want to see, and what I'm talking about is the highlight of both cities and what we ended up doing in Da Nang and Hoi An. So the best way and most convenient way to go to Mai Key Beach is via Grab, which is the local um, app like Uber, but it's much less cheaper than Uber. And it is very like going to the beach was like about $4 from the hotel, which is not too bad. It's very economical, and a lot of people use it to go back and forth between the resorts and or hotels to the places they want to go to. The beach itself was fabulous, white sands, and it was very relaxing. And there's a lot of activities there, coffee shops, sporting if you like jet skiing and any water sports, and obviously lots of cafes. To me, I love relaxing on the beach, just soaking in the sun, looking at the water, and just that something about that blue tone of the water and the relaxation and the haze kind of makes you relax, and you just want to sit there and enjoy it and take in the atmosphere and watch people all day. I love it. So after spending time at the beach, we did a tour of the Dragon Bridge actually. And the Dragon Bridge is a steel structure, approximately half a mile in length and yellow in color. It's very vibrant. You can see it obviously. The best way to see it is from the water, do a boat tour. And most people, obviously, we didn't have the luxury. We did it during the day, but if you go at night, uh, the bridge is illuminated by LED lights, and they obviously light up at night. So it gives you like a illumination and a better perspective of the bridge. We did it during the day, but it doesn't diminish uh, from the like when you get close to the bridge and you see the color, and of course when you get closer and you see the dragon head, it's really magnificent. Whether you see it at night or during the day, it's really worth visiting. And of course, when you drive around Da Nang, you drive over the bridge and you can see it as well. So one of the attraction in Da Nang is the Golden Bridge. Basically, it's a golden hand bridge. A lot of people refer to it, and it is a structure, a bridge you walk on that's held by hand. When our group started talking about it, I was really hesitant. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go. I'm like, well, you know, what's so interesting about going and walking around on a bridge that's held by hand? And then I went. I'm glad I did because obviously it met the expectation. The bridge is supported by hands that are made of wire and uh, over 4,600 feet above sea level. And when you get there, you have to take the cable up, and the cable ride is 20 minutes, and it's literally the longest cable ride in the world. And when you're going up, you're overlooking the mountains, and when we were there, the mountains were lush and green, so it was really worth it. I think it was about $40 per person, and a group of us hired a van, a driver, I think it was about 12 of us from the hotel. We were there talking about things, and just somehow it worked out. The group of us went, and it was, I think, $23 per person, because the bridge is about 45 minutes away from Hoi An, to 60 minutes, depending on, the traffic. And when we got there, you take the cable up and you go walk on the bridge, and it's really very fabulous. And like I said, it's supported by the hand, and there's different points where you can stop and do a photo shoot of the mountains behind you. So I was, like I said, I was doubtful, but it's really worth it, and I'm glad I did, because it's a very good experience. Also, we were there for the afternoon, but a lot of people do a day trip, and because it has a French Village and Fantasy Park and Sun World Garden, those are all included within the entry fee. So, as I said, the hands are made of fiberglass and wire, and they're designed to emulate a stone, and it's approximately 1 mile. So like I said, I was doubtful, but it's really worth going and seeing, and just, I guess, one of those experiences that you have to when you are in a city and it's different, but it's really worth it. So a lot of people actually, they do as well hiking in the Marble Mountains, and it has the experience of walking around, and there's five karst formation, and they're named after the five elements: metal, wood, fire, water, and earth. And it's located outside the city, 20 minutes, so it's not too far. Most people do the taxis or ride sharing, but I really, when you go places that you haven't been to, it, I feel it's really worth it to hire local guides and do tours, because usually they're included with the, your ride is included, and then you have a guide that talks about why they're popular and the history, and they give you information that we may or may not, find on the internet. So I really recommend getting that local perspective when you travel someplace and doing tours. And as you can see, Danang has different attractions. And like I said, you pick and choose because of the time limitation. And when you're going to a country and you're visiting for 10 days and you're doing 2 days here and 2 days there, so you kind of hit the highlights. And if you have leisure time where you can stay 3 to 4 days, then you will have obviously more attractions and more experiences. So, like I said, we stayed in Hoi An, and Hoi An is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and the city is known for lantern illuminated streets, and it has charming cafes, riverside cafes. The history, architecture is preserved, and from what I understand, it is known as the City of Lanterns. And people on the tour that we were on actually bought lanterns and brought them back with them. And the highlights of the city, of course, is the river and the cafes. But when you explore and you walk around, you can see Chinese and Japanese and French influences. We went to the Japanese bridge, which is dating back to the 1590s, and it's a very popular landmark because it serves as a link between Japanese and Chinese merchant quarters, and it symbolizes that people can actually coexist, and harmony it can be achieved between different cultures. So it was really, and it's covered, so it was kind of neat to go in and walk around and see it. And one of the things that I really enjoyed tremendously is going to the assembly hall. And in the assembly hall, of course, it's very old, but in it, they have incense coils, and I, for a fee, you can buy and you can burn one, and they hang it from the ceiling. And I will post a picture because I really did this and I enjoyed it, and there were so many burning incense, from different people, and you write out like a wish or whatever you want to write, and they hang it in the ceiling. From what I understand, it takes a very long time for it to burn. And when I did this, I actually felt very spiritual because you see so many cards hanging, and your card included with all these people, and you kind of feel connected in a way spiritually to the people, even though you never met them. But there's something about it gives you like a very peaceful and spiritual. You reflect, and that you were touched by this moment, as well as there's so many people that came in and were touched by the same thing. You feel connected to them. um, so Hoi An is actually known for garment tailoring services, and people, when they visit, they commission. They go to shops, local shops, and they talk to the owners, and they actually do a lot of tailoring. And one of the ladies in our group, she was a very Korean woman, very business so attire, and she went in and actually ordered dresses, pants, and shirts. And within less than 48 hours, they were ready. And I did ask actually the question, how much was the dress, for example? She said it was $60, the fabric and the fabrication of it, $60, which obviously it's a very reasonable fee. Compare if you go to a shop here, actually, if you want to do alter something like a pants or something, usually it's $20, $30 to have alteration done, basic alteration. So you can imagine if it's extensive. So she was happy with the result and how quickly it was done, like I said, 24 to 48 hours. And she ordered multiple dresses to take home with her for her job. And it was really interesting walking around the city because the shops outside of them, the streets, and at night, the lanterns, and they're handcrafted. And like I said, people bought and took them home with them. Some were huge. For me, because of the size, logistically taking it on a plane, and I felt it was awkward, even though it would have been worth it. But what can we say? So in Hoi An, we actually dined at a restaurant called Citronella, and it's on the river. The terrace was on the river, and at night you can actually enjoy, and obviously we dined on local Vietnamese food, but you can see the boats driving by, and it was really nice because the illumination of the lantern and the lights, the city becomes very vibrant at night, and you can see lots of people walking around, and they have lots of food options, and just sitting there and relaxing and watching the people and hearing the conversation and the laughter and the atmosphere. You feel good about being there, and it kind of captures your senses. Like I said, those were the two cities that we covered today, Danang and Hoi An. I felt 2 days was enough for us to be there because in 2 days you get the highlights of both of the cities. And again, like the luxury of having a vacation, which was very blessed that we did and we were able to go. But when you have so many days and you hit the highlights of the place, so it was really worth that. And I will continue talking about our journey through Vietnam. We're going to talk about the city of Hue, Ha Long Bay, and Hanoi. And Hanoi is our last stop there. So I really appreciate you watching. And if you like, please like and subscribe. As always, we appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.